The sun had barely risen over the endless horizon when a frantic call reached the Coast Guard's command center. A large vessel had been spotted drifting silently in open waters, far from any known shipping lanes. What chilled the informant wasn't just the size of the ship, but the eerie detail that no one seemed to be on board. No crew, no signal, no flag. It was as if the ship had materialized from nowhere. Within minutes, alarms rang through the station, and orders were given. The commanding officer assembled his most skilled inspection team, veterans hardened by countless dangerous missions. Even among these seasoned men and women, a strange unease hung in the air. This wasn't just another smuggling bust or a simple rescue. Something about the report felt wrong. Among the team was a new recruit, Jack. Faced, sharp, and eager to prove himself, Jack had dreamed of serving in the Coast Guard since he was a boy. But as he stood on deck staring at the ghostly silhouette of the drifting vessel ahead, his excitement was tangled with a knot of fear. His mind raced. Why is it so quiet? Why hasn't anyone signaled back? He swallowed hard, determined not to let his nerves show. The ship loomed larger with every passing second, its corroded hull glinting faintly under the gray morning light. No markings, no name, just a massive, silent hulk rocking gently with the waves. Closer they drew, the colder the air seemed to become, as if the vessel itself exhaled a breath of frost. "Boarding team, prepare to enter," the commanding officer barked. The crew readied their weapons and equipment. Jack's heart thundered in his chest. This was it. The moment he would prove he belonged here. When the grappling lines were thrown and secured, Jack was the first to climb. Gloved hands gripped the wet rail, pulling himself up onto the slick, empty deck. The silence was suffocating. No gulls, no creaking ropes, not even the sound of the wind. It felt like stepping into another world. The hatch to the main cabin stood slightly ajar, as if inviting them in. Jack glanced back at his teammates, who gave him a steady nod, took a deep breath, and pushed the hatch open, groaned on its hinges, echoing like a cry in the dark. Inside, the world seemed to vanish. Darkness swallowed everything beyond the beam of their flashlights. Dust motes drifted in the stale air. Each cautious step sent a hollow thud reverberating through the empty corridor. Jack could feel his own pulse hammering in his ears. Deeper they moved, the stronger the sense of isolation became. Walking through a forgotten tomb. "Stay sharp," a veteran whispered behind him, his voice tight. Jack's flashlight swept across peeling paint, scattered tools, and empty bunks. Nothing lived here. Or so it seemed. Then, without warning, his beam caught something in the far corner of the cabin. Jack froze. His breath hitched. Shape was wrong. Too still, too human-like, not quite human. Shadow hunched in the darkness, glistening faintly as if wet. "Jack, what is it?" someone called. But he couldn't speak. His eyes widened, his face draining of color. Whatever he was looking at wasn't supposed to be there. Not on a ship like this. Not anywhere. Chills swept down his spine. He took an involuntary step back, his voice trembling as he tried to form words. But before he could, the thing in the corner shifted, ever so slightly. A sound unlike anything he'd ever heard crept through the cabin. The rest of the team raised their weapons, flashlights converging on the corner, but nothing could have prepared them for what the light revealed. Jack's mouth went dry. His heart pounded so hard it hurt. What he saw in that moment would change everything. This was only the beginning. What did Jack find in the shadows of that mysterious vessel? Stay tuned for part 2. You won't believe the truth.